But BAM Essentials is an organic and natural personal care product business that I started. I'm the founder and CEO. Started this year in May, so we've just been in business for about 7 months now. But I sell deodorant, lip balm, lotion, facial cleanser, just came out with air freshener, hand sanitizer, a couple of other products just last week. But those types of things, organic and natural ingredients into personal care products. But we're not just that type of business, we're also a social enterprise. So the whole purpose is that these products are made by young women, 18 to 24, from disadvantaged backgrounds. So women who normally don't have an opportunity, women who are maybe immigrant, refugee, come from disadvantaged backgrounds, or women of color. So that's who we're working with. This summer, I got to work with Jasmine. She's a student at Macalester and originally from Vietnam. She's not able to be here today. It's her finals week at Macalester, so I gave her a break. But she was able to work with me over the summer and really learn kind of the business launch skills. We were just starting out in May, so I got to work with her for a couple of months this summer. We're launching the full training program then next year. Really wanted to just kind of have this time to be our proof of concept, get sales going, introduce our brand to the community, and starting the training program next year. So that's things like financial literacy for the young women, career readiness, job exploration, kind of what do I want to do when I grow up, what should I major in college, to be able to do that, and then positive thinking. I've been in social enterprises for about 15 years in nonprofits that kind of explore that social enterprise space. And one of the biggest needs that I had heard was, especially from 18 to 24-year-old men and women, that after they graduated from high school, there really weren't the opportunities to continue learning skills, to continue to get support beyond what they had already experienced. So that's kind of how I got to the young women 18 to 24 from disadvantaged backgrounds kind of target. This all started just with my own recipes and what I call doing science in my kitchen. I was making products for myself and friends and family, all using organic and natural ingredients, and wanted things that actually worked. So I'd been using other brands that claimed to have organic and natural ingredients, and maybe didn't last or didn't do the right trick that I needed it to. And so really just wanted to make products that really worked. We have an Etsy shop online that we're selling through right now. That's really to gain that captive audience that's on Etsy rather than selling through our own website. We are listed on the first page with our keywords. So if you search for organic lotion, you'll find us on the first page. So we've done a really good job of developing our SEO to be able to really gain that audience through the Etsy website. We're also doing things like pop-up shops, so what we have here today, farmers markets, and working with the young women to develop those in-person sales skills and give our customers an opportunity to try in person. Next year we're looking at expanding to boutique retail locations, not mass market retail, but if you think of Patina, Be Below, co-ops, that type of boutique retail. Like I said, we just came out with a couple of new items just this week, actually. They're brand new to the market. In terms of expanding products, we're also looking into baby and mama kind of lines, so items that are friendly for young ones, a line of men's products, and then expanding our home care products, so things like laundry detergent and that type of thing. I decided to trump Lee and just go ahead and say how you can help. So things that you can do: you can shop online, visit our Etsy shop, check it out, sample the products today, come and test them and smell them, interact with them, and then tell your friends about it. We're really in just the space of our proof of concept, so just kind of gaining support and understanding who our customers are, what they want, what they appreciate. And we're very active on social media, so definitely follow us on all of those platforms for promotions, specials, things that we love, lots of good stuff there. And I'll open it up to questions.
And I do have a microphone when you mind using it, so everyone can hear your questions, and I'll do my best to turn around.
Beth, you mentioned having your search results for BAM Essential or for the project that you're promoting, first page of the search results. Are you saying that was within Etsy's environment itself?
Exactly.
I haven't heard of anyone doing that, so.
Yeah, they have, it's really interesting. They have some great tools on their website for sellers. So they have a whole seller's guidebook that talks about how their SEO works and how you can best promote it. And so really the past, I would say 4 to 6 weeks, I've been focusing on making sure that we're on the front page. And so that's within the Etsy platform. It does link into Google results, so there is a tie there. But within the Etsy platform, within that website and app, we're listed as on the first page with certain keywords. So yeah, thank you.
Beth, can you talk about maybe why you chose to be a social enterprise, and also from that legal structure, why maybe you didn't choose to be a benefit corporation?
Yeah. So we're not a nonprofit, and we're not a benefit corporation yet. We're legally structured as an LLC. So that was really the path of least resistance. It was the easiest way to get started and just start selling. This was actually a business that I had been planning for. Had written a full business plan and been talking with a few partners about it for about 1.5 years. So kind of a long time in the making for me. These products, like I mentioned, I'd been developing for a long time. But LLC was the kind of path of least resistance. I do think there's important benefits of being a benefit corporation, but also of being a B Corp. So there's actually a difference. A B Corp is a certification. A benefit corporation is a legal structure. And I think eventually there's a great place for BAM Essentials in that structure. I didn't want to be a nonprofit because there's so many awesome nonprofits. Having worked in nonprofits for 15 years, there's great nonprofits in the Twin Cities that I didn't want to duplicate efforts. So wanted to find a partner who could work with me to deliver these services, not kind of take away services from existing nonprofits.
Maybe from a product point of view, how do you differentiate yourself from other companies, especially like network marketing types of companies, which has broad distribution?
Yeah.
Or is it the model itself that differentiates?
You're exactly right. So you talk about health and beauty. The kind of personal care product business is billions of dollars. I think it's $40 billion business. It's huge, right? So how do you differentiate lotion and deodorant from every other competitor in the market? So ours are all organic and natural ingredients. Okay, well that narrows it down to, what, 10 billion, right? There are only 2 companies in the United States who are a social enterprise and a personal care product business. So it's BAM Essentials and an organization called Thistle Farms out of Nashville. So within this region, there's not even a lot of competition. There's a few other social enterprises who do candles and kind of semi-related products, but none that do a line as extensive as this in the social enterprise space.
Follow up to that, could you tell us a little bit about what your 3-year plan is and how you are going to get there and what challenges?
Yeah. I didn't talk about financing at all, but this was self-funded, so it's just been my own investment. And I wanted to do it that way just to bootstrap it and grow in a comfortable rate. And so that's really kind of the way that I want to keep going over the next 3 years. Introducing new products. This has been our most successful week in terms of number of orders. Well, it's just before Christmas, so that's part of it. But I introduced new products this week, and I think that had a lot to do with our increase in sales and visibility on our website. So introducing new products. Next year, launching the training program. So really the social component of what makes this different. And then also expanding into the retail boutique market. So not just the website. What I've found in sampling this product is that our customers really want to interact with it, just like you would any other personal care product. You want to smell it, you want to see what it's like, you want to look at it, you want to make sure it's not some hippie junk, right? Which is, I think, maybe one of the misconceptions. But I think that in-person trial and experience is really important to the purchase.
Do you want to touch?
Yes.
My question is multi-level marketing. There's a lot of MLMs out there that do this kind of care. Right? My sister happens to be in one from Switzerland. Juice. And I'm curious, in your business plan, that's how like MCI, long distance, years ago, they started as an MLM and then went into their own company and then went out, and did retail. Have you looked at that? What your thoughts are around that? When you say social enterprise, is this a new fancy term for doing something that's close to that but not quite that?
You said the term MLM.
Multi-level marketing.
Okay. That wasn't really included in the business plan. I'll have to look up your, you said your sister's business?
Yeah.
And learn about that. There's nothing, I shouldn't say there's nothing special. There's a lot of things that are special about the product, but it's not all that different. It's the same ingredients that are included in all of the products competition, right? Except we don't have parabens or sulfates not tested on animals. It's great. But the point of differentiation, that thing that makes this a special product that you want to support, is that social enterprise mission. So I wanted to include that. I had to include that. Just launching this as a personal care product business, even though it's a great product, I don't think would survive long term. I think the piece that's working in my favor, that differentiates us, is the social give back.
That being said, do you have a plan in place where as that social enterprise they could make money?
Yes, that this would be a self-funded venture. That
The people that you're working with, those 18 to 24-year-olds, actually
Yes.
make money supporting getting the product out.
all paid time. Yeah, the business plan was originally written at $10 an hour, and I've adjusted that to be $15 an hour. So it's 20 hours a week. 10 hours of it are making the product, and 10 hours a week are in training. So that's how to build a resume, how to develop your interviewing skills, financial literacy skills, mindfulness and positive thinking. So those kind of pillars of training. Good questions.
Who are you working with to find the people you're training?
Yeah, so I have, I can't announce it yet. It's not finalized, but I had a partner over the summer that actually fell through due to kind of outside circumstances, and have a new partner that I'm exploring for next year. So it's a nonprofit in North Minneapolis, and so they have competencies in social enterprise. They already have training programs for adults, and they're looking to expand their young adult women's program. So it happened to work out really nicely that way. The Twin Cities is really rich with social enterprise, so I did have a couple of other options too, but I'll be working with them next year. So.
Are you producing the product yourself, or packaging the product yourself, or proprietary formulas?
Yeah, so they're all products that I've developed and have developed the recipes for. I'm personally making it right now until we get the training program going. Just making it on my own. Nothing is patented, so if that was your next question, that I haven't gone that far yet, but all the recipes are my own. So.
And then I was just going to ask about your growth scaling, production capacity, whatever really goes really fast.
What if it does? So that's the fun thing to think about, right? I think my default mode is, especially as an entrepreneur, it's so weird to say, I don't like risk. So I take, okay, what if this doesn't work? Okay, what's like worst case scenario all the time? That's so it's really fun to think about best case scenario. What I have developed so far is a recipe book and training manual so I can train others in how to make this stuff. So it doesn't always have to be me. The products themselves don't take that long to make, and there's not that many products, or there's not that many ingredients in them. So that piece is really nice. It doesn't take me all week to produce a line. It takes a couple of hours here and there, and I can do that anytime. So.
We have a few minutes left. Does anybody have any feedback, suggestions for Beth based on what they've heard?
I had a good presentation. My question in the beginning was, what was your experience or what was your expertise level to be developing this? And you kind of said you tried it out for a minute over time. It might be just helpful in terms of your slides to maybe share some of your trials or how that worked. This worked, that didn't. Just kind of understand, because I was thinking, she must have a chemistry background or some kind of.
Sure don't.
Care, personal care background or something. So that's just maybe filling in a little bit of the blank. And then the other, you just mentioned something about basically teaching people how to make the product themselves. How does that play into your business model if you're potentially giving away your secrets?
Sure. So it would just be for training the young women in the program, not necessarily giving to customers and that type of thing. But that's great feedback about the presentation as well. No, I don't have kind of the science background. I actually wasn't super great at science. I was great at math in high school. Wasn't super great at science. Majored in business and got my MBA later on. So I definitely have a formal business background. And have worked in social enterprises, but the whole science piece was new to me when I first started just making products for myself. I literally checked out every book from the library in Roseville. I read everything I could online, and if you look back at my Pinterest history, it's a lot of what inspired the products today. So I'll definitely include that next time. Thank you.
Mine is going off of his statement, protect yourself.
Thank you.
I mean, if you have a book of recipes that you're doing, this isn't anything against the 18 to 24-year-old women.
For sure.
However, humankind.
For sure. Absolutely. That's great feedback. Thank you. Thank you.
And the piece of feedback I would give you too, and maybe you have already done this, but really develop a team around you. And if you have those people, talk about their expertise and what they offer, so that people know it's more than just you, but as you grow, it's going to be an important
Absolutely. Yeah, there's tons of people. One of them's here, Sarah, continues to inspire me. But yeah, I have a kind of informal network that I test out products on as I'm developing new things. It's really kind of close family and friends that, instead of animal testing, I test on the people I love the most. So absolutely, I think that's really the next piece is not only developing the board of directors kind of piece and advisors, but also as the training component gets going, a group of hiring managers that can hire young women coming out of this program. So it's really developed to be a short-term semester-based program. And working with some hiring managers to create that funnel so women have a job after the program is done.
Any other pieces of feedback?
Excuse me. One thing that I don't think was completely clear is how many women are you able to help as you continue to grow? I'd love to see sort of the impact numbers and how that scales.
For sure, absolutely. That's such a great point. The business plan is written with 5 young women to start. So it's 5 women at 20 hours a week. Half is training, half is making. And so it'll be a real test, really starting in January, February with the new semester starting, to see how that goes and then what other support capacity is needed to continue that growth going forward. So again, kind of first year of business, proof of concept, and that's exactly what I would want to include, like in an annual report kind of thing, is that social impact. So thank you. Love it.
Beth, you already did answer the question of how we can help you, but is there anything else after this conversation of things you're looking for from this audience in terms of feedback or support?
Yeah, I would just say too, if this really resonated with you and you feel really passionate about it and you want to get more involved in some type of advisory or board kind of capacity, let's have a conversation afterward. Come and try out the products and see what you think. But if this really spoke to anyone, I'd love to have further conversations about it.